Hello, good morning everyone. Our lesson today talking about inscribed angles. The inscribed angle is an angle whose vertex is on a circle and whose sides are the chords of this circle. Like the angle ACB is an inscribed angle. The intercepted arc, like the arc AB, is an arc whose endpoints are on the inscribed angle. What about the measure of the inscribed angle? The measure of the inscribed angle equal half the measure of the intercepted arc. Then measure of angle B equal half the measure of the intercepted arc AC. By applying this theorem, let's solve this question. Let's find the value of the variable A and B. Since we have an inscribed angle PQT and intercepted the arc PT, then as we know that the measure of the inscribed angle equal half the measure of the intercepted arc PT, or the measure of the intercepted arc PT equal twice the measure of the inscribed angle, then measure of PT equal 120. Then the variable A equal 120 degree. How to find the variable B? Here as we see, PRS is also an inscribed angle, and we know that this inscribed angle equal half the measure of the intercepted arc. The intercepted arc here is PS, and we know that the arc PS equal the sum of the other two arcs PT and TS. Then PS equal PT plus TS, and we know that PT equal 120, TS as we see here in the given 30. Then measure of the arc PS equal 150. Then the measure of the inscribed angle PRS equal half the measure of the intercepted arc PS. Then half 150 equal 75. How to find the measure of angle A? Measure of angle A here, this is inscribed angle, equal half the measure of the intercepted arc, the semicircle, 180, then half 180 equal 90. How to find the measure of angle A, B, C, and D? Measure of angle A, this is inscribed angle, intercepted the arc BCD. Let's find the measure of the intercepted arc BCD. This equal 100 plus 90. Then measure of the intercepted arc BCD equal 190. Then measure of angle A equal half 190 equal 95. By the same way, let's find the measure of angle B. Measure of angle B intercepted the arc CA, and we know that the arc CA equal the sum of 90 and 64. Then measure of arc CA equal 154. Then measure of angle B, the inscribed angle, equal half 154 equal 77. The same as measure of angle C. To find the measure of angle C, then look at the intercepted arc DB. The intercepted arc DB here equal the sum of the two arcs 64 plus 106 equal 170. Then measure of angle C, the inscribed angle, equal half the measure of the intercepted arc 170. This equal 85. And also we can find the measure of angle D by looking at the intercepted arc ABC that equal the sum of 106 plus 100 equal to 106. Then the measure of this inscribed angle D equal half 206 equal 103. Corollaries to the inscribed angle. If we have two inscribed angle like angle A and angle B, and both of them intersected the same arc, they sharing the same arc, then both of them are congruent. We have another corollary. If we have an angle inscribed semicircle, this inscribed angle, angle C, this inscribed the semicircle equal half the semicircle, then equal 90, then this angle is right angle. If we have quadrilateral, like the quadrilateral ABCD, if this quadrilateral inscribed in a circle, as you see here, then each two opposite angles are supplementary. That means angle A and angle C supplementary, angle B and angle D also are supplementary. By applying that, let's solve this question. What is the measure of each numbered angle? Angle 1. Since angle 1 inscribed the semicircle, then equal half 180, then measure of angle 1 equal 90. Measure of angle 2, since measure of angle 2 and angle 38, both of them inscribed angles intercepted the same arc, then both of them are congruent, then measure of angle 2 equal 38. What is the measure of each numbered angle? We have quadrilateral, then remember that the quadrilateral that is inscribed in a circle, then each two opposite angles are supplementary. By finding measure of angle 1, measure of angle 1 here inscribed the semicircle equal half 180, then measure of angle 1 equal 90 degree. And also measure of angle 3, this inscribed the semicircle, then also is right angle equal 90 degree. By finding measure of angle 4, measure of angle 4, this is inscribed intercepted the arc 60 plus 80, then equal half the measure of the intercepted arc 60 plus 80, then measure of angle 4 equal half 140, then equal 70. And we know that measure of angle 2 supplement measure of angle 4, then measure of angle 2 equal 180 minus 70 equal 110. The tangent and the intercepted arcs. If we have a tangent like the tangent C, this one here, the measure of the angle that's formed by this tangent and the chord BC, this tangent and the chord BC, I mean this angle here, angle, this angle equal half the measure of the intercepted arc BDC. Again, here by looking at this tangent from the point C, the angle that formed by this tangent and the chord BC, this angle equal half the measure of the intercepted arc BDC. Let's apply this theorem. Here we have tangent SR, and the measure of the arc PMQ equal to 112. This is as we see in the given. How to find the measure of angle PQR? Since we have tangent, then the angle PQR equal half the measure of the intercepted arc PQ. Let's find the measure of the arc PQ. Here, as we see in the given, the measure of the arc PMQ 212, then the remaining of this circle equal 360 minus 212, then measure of the arc PQ equal 148. And the measure of the angle PQR that formed by the tangent SR and the chord PQ equal half the measure of the intercepted arc PQ, then equal half 148 equal 74. Let's solve this example. Here we have tangent KJ, this tangent to the circle O. What are the values of X and Y? Here, by looking at the angle QJL, this is an inscribed angle, inscribed the semicircle, then its measure equal half the semicircle, then equal 90 degree. By looking at the triangle QJL, here we have two given angles. The angle Q equal 35 and the angle QJL equal 90. Then we can find the measure of angle Y by subtracting from the interior angles of the triangle, or by subtracting from 90, because the sum of angle Q and angle Y equal 90 degree in the triangle. Then angle Y equal 90 minus 35 equal 55 degree. Here we have tangent, as we see in the given. KJ is tangent at the point J, and we have chord JL. Then the angle X here, this angle equal half the measure of the intersected arc, because formed by tangent and chord JL, then equal half the measure of the intersected arc JL. Here the intersected arc JL, this equal twice the inscribed angle Q, 35. Then measure of the arc JL equal 70 degree. Then the measure of the angle that formed by the tangent and the chord JL, angle X, equal half 70 equal 35. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.